Financial markets are incredibly complex and very challenging from both a financial and emotional basis. Having been in financial markets for nearly 40 years, there's a lot to this specific rule. 184, profit requires patience. This video could literally be the video that turns your profitability around and also your life around. Let's run the numbers. There is an enormous complexity behind Rule 184, profit requires patience. You might simply think, oh, I profit, I'm just patient. There's much more to this rule. Freddie Mercury, lead singer from Queen, had it all down pat when he said, I want it all and I want it now. We live in a world of instant gratification. We just think and expect and demand that we reach out and get what we want, but the world doesn't work that way. Especially inside financial markets. When we feel entitled, we are guaranteed to lose. When we get angry inside Zone 2, we're not learning the lesson. We are also guaranteed to lose. Everybody falls, and the key is just to get back up again. But it's not how we fall, it's how we get back up again that actually counts. Inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, we get back up by being nasty. We go into battle because battle shows strength. Or does it? Conflict gets us what we want. Or does it? Mahatma Gandhi had a very specific quote when it came to strength. Strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, and this is common for people who have just entered financial markets, unfortunately belonging inside Zone 1 and Zone 2 is where people lose money. But they lose a lot more than money. They lose their peace of mind. Every single trader and investor goes through Zone 1 and Zone 2. The successful ones get out of there as fast as they possibly can because there's no joy inside Zone 1 and Zone 2. Only through learning do we get into Zone 3, and only through self-mastery do we get into Zone 4. When we don't get what we want, we're actually getting what we need. But inside Zones 1 and Zones 2, we'll push back on that lesson and it will continue to haunt us. Every field of human endeavor has rules. For example, financial markets have Rule 666, which is not a good rule. Markets humble. Huge losses and huge amounts of stress are just part of financial markets until you master the rules. Mastering the rules will actually lead to setbacks because you'll get losses. We must strengthen from our losses. We must be taught from our losses. What did we do and how can we do it better next time? We don't stay stuck inside the loss. We move on. We see the loss as a source of strength. How do we find sources of strength inside losses? We do what Lady Gaga says. I've been searching for ways to heal myself and I found that kindness is the best way. She's on the ball. Unfortunately, society has said kindness is weak, especially to yourself. If you're kind to yourself, you're somehow setting yourself up for failure. So inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, people engage in negative excellence behaviors, thinking that this is strong and this will get them success. This creates nothing but sustainable misery, sustainable conflict, unhappiness, and failure. I wish people would talk more about this. By using kindness to ourselves, we can move into positive excellence. Kindness is our global family's superpower. Kindness leads to learning, and the learning is the important thing. If we're not kind, we won't let go of the loss. We'll just keep on holding on to it, instead of just dropping it and saying, okay, what did that loss teach me? And how can I be better next time? Learning is central to your capability to become or maintain yourself as a professional. It's not just textbook learning. It's not just experiential learning. It's emotional learning as well. In fact, learning courage is the most important thing anybody can do inside financial markets. When people do succeed, it's important to understand that rewards without the required strength and integrity are repossessed. Said another way, Rule 664, unearned is returned. Inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, people think all about the fantasies of becoming very wealthy overnight. But very wealthy, a huge amount of success not earned, is always repossessed. Lottery curse victims, 7 people who won big and lost everything. It's really important to understand inside Zone 1 and Zone 2 there are unrealistic expectations. I'm going to put in a lottery ticket and I'm going to win it all and I'm going to be so happy. Actually, William Post III said nobody realizes the nightmares, and it's true. Whatever you win is actually not yours and will be repossessed, because it's unearned and it will be returned and redistributed. However, there is another way. Earning requires continuous learning, courage, and integrity. Note the word continuous, it's read for a very specific reason. We must always continuously learn. Financial markets and life are always continuously changing as we change and the people around us change also. Life, like financial markets, is far from predictable control. It's up here, and it's far from certain. What we find is the financial markets and life is very anxiety-inducing. This is why it's important to always be kind to yourself, and please be kind to other people as well. If you can't be kind to yourself, you cannot be kind to others. Remember that there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. As Scott Adams said, every act of kindness creates a ripple effect with no logical end. To be successful in financial markets and also life, it's important to remember what Winston Churchill said: fear is a reaction, courage is a decision. There is a decision that we must make. When we get a setback in life, how do we actually deal with it? Do we fight against it? Do we not learn from the loss? If so, the sun will come out again, but it's going to take a very, very long time. Life doesn't want us to be a victim, it wants us to be strong. We become strong through positive excellence. We become weak and stay in setbacks for far longer than we need to if we have negative excellence behaviors. And unfortunately, this is what society teaches us is the way out of a hole. It actually just digs you deeper into one. The way to truly succeed in life is to know the universe wants you to succeed. Every day show kindness, integrity, and gratitude, and above all, show integrity and show gratitude, because without these things actually being part of your life, success will remain elusive. A lot of people are very successful, but they don't have these things. If they had these things, kindness, integrity, and gratitude, their success would multiply exponentially. Rule 184 is therefore a multifaceted diamond. Profit requires patience, patience to go through the hard times, patience and courage to approach losses with learning, not blame, and not retaliation. It takes time to get to the professional level. It takes time to shift away from a scarcity mindset, where if you think that you can only succeed by taking down another person, you're not going to succeed at all, because unearned is returned. It's important to just be yourself in this world. A lot of people want to become famous. They want to become influential. You become famous and influential by adding value into people's lives. To be successful, Zone 3 and Zone 4, you need a combination of three things: intelligence, energy, and integrity. As Warren Buffett says, look for these three things in a person: intelligence, energy, and integrity. If they don't have the last one, which is integrity, don't even bother with the first two. Warren Buffett is saying to profit, you do require patience in all things. Your success will come when you meet the criteria of allowing success to stay in your life. And you don't want to get success prematurely, because it will become a curse and not a blessing. Take your time to learn. Take your time to be yourself. Take the pressure off yourself. You don't have to do X in Y amount of time. You just have to bring the best version of yourself into each and every day. That is the positive excellence version of yourself. You will find that this fast tracks your success 100 times over. And also, when you become successful, you won't suffer the lottery winner's curse. You'll get to keep your wealth. As a global family, we rely on the CTKS Creed as kind of a compass to help us to create better habits, to talk to our subconscious that may be sitting in a scarcity state and push it into an abundant state. We make sure that we don't get so full of fear that we can't move forward. That's why we say life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. And I always solve my problems with positive excellence. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Bye for now.